the notch detail on the flap. You have to make a little box, and what that little box does, it gives you space so that if this is the rear wing spar, there's a little connection that connects to the fuselage. So you have to create that little box so that the little rear strut fittings will fit in this area here. So that's what this little box does. And this little box is a real pain in the butt. You've got these little 1 or 1/4 inch by 1/4 inch all the way around. Best to glue this little one up. What I did, I glued up the little 1/4 inch onto this and this on this. Then I glued up this and this on the plywood here, and then I think I put this one in. I can't remember exactly what, but it's a lot easier if you glue up this specific one first, and then glue up this one, and then put them into place, because it's a little tricky getting that little notch in there. I've also done up the flap horn support. So that's where the flap horn will go onto there. One question I have that somebody may answer, I'm going to try and ask this in a politically correct way. The skin goes on top of the flap. You've got the hinges that get mounted here. And so they're screwing through here to attach this side of the hinge, and the other side of the hinge gets attached to the rear spar. 3 nuts and bolts and nuts go on there to hold that on. Then the skin goes over top. They have you cutting out holes on the skin for the nuts. I don't want holes in the skin of my flaps because water will just go straight into there. What do you do? When do you do? Or am I just going to put, and I might, just tighten those up, put the skin over top, and that's that. They're in there. Because I sure don't want water leaking into the flap area, because once the water gets in there, you're hooped. Anyone else, what do they do for that? Because I don't know. I think it's crazy to have holes in the upper part of the flaps like that. Yeah, so that's where I'm at there. I'm going to start the aileron next and get it going, but I just thought I'd ask about that detail before I put on the bottom surface of this, put on the hinges. I don't have the hardware for the hinges. I don't have the hardware for the horn just yet. But after you get the horn in place and you get the hinges in place, you put the bottom surface on, varnish the whole thing, then you can put the top surface on with or without the holes cut in it. That was my job this week. The wing is sitting there waiting for the flap and the aileron to go back on. Then I'm going to hang it up. I'm still waiting for some hardware so I can attach all the strut attachments onto it. One thing that I clarified with Dave In the plans, it says to attach SKF or SKW 18, when in reality it's DHW 18. That is a little strip that goes on the wings right here. Now it's 1/8 ply that sits like this. So you cut it to 1 inch lengthwise and then put it in there. And what it's supposed to do is stop the fabric from compressing the wings. So it would just go like this all the way up. I still have to put a geodetic in here, just on the outboard and the inboard part of the wing on the front. But that little 1 inch strip of 1/8 just sits on there. I don't know what it's going to do. And on the other end where I've got my Horner wingtip, it's not going to fit on there anyway, so I'm not going to worry about that. And as I've seen, that thing is solid as can be, so I'm not really going to worry about it with that little piece of 1/8 ply that's going to go on there. I don't even know how it's really going to sit. So anyone have any information on that stiffener that goes in there? And with the work I've done on that wingtip, I don't think it needs a stiffener there. Well, that's it for today, our contemplations. What I think I'm going to do for the next wing is just take my main spar, and instead of ending the cap, the top cap there, I'm going to take it right to the outboard Horner wingtip. So add 6 inches onto that top cap, go right out to the wingtip, and then I can keep the webbing and bring it all the way out so I have a continuous top cap for that main spar going all the way out to the Horner wingtip, and that webbing will continue and go all the way out there as well, so that I don't have to patch one on and do what I did with that little cap piece that I added on there. I think that's going to be easier and just a nicer answer to doing that Horner wingtip now that I've got it and I see how it goes there. Comments and questions below.